Well, you've got me. Hi, Dad. Good to hear. How are you? How's it going? Mm hmm? So today we are continuing the banner. I didn't finish it last week. Uh, it's a bit difficult to do it, you know? It's a bit difficult to just pull it off. Finishing whole piece in 1 week. Alrighty. And there we go. You know, one of the main things that I've noticed recently is actually that I've been struggling a little bit with keeping myself in check, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of stopped really going with my usual daily routine because yes, I'm trying to get myself into a daily routine. That's the main point of everything that I'm doing right now. Like one of the things that I've got, you know, it's like trying to also make, safe for work sketches, like just things that I'm going to be able to just post on the Twitter, Blue Sky, DeviantArt, Pixie, just you know, everywhere, right? But like after coming back from work, it's very difficult to really pull that off because I, for example, today I was trying to. Right now, I'm drawing a Nemu from Bleach, right? And basically, I just kind of sat down, was sitting down like a brain dead and just wasted time. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just very difficult to pull things off. You know what I mean? Mm, but yeah. So here we are. We've got it. And basically, I guess we are just going to start shading. This is literally what's left for us, so I'm just going to shade. Uh, One of the things that, like, I've noticed that despite everything, it's still quite difficult for me to really um, get around to, you know, Tuna's shading, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to pull off a lot of things, but it's just difficult, it's just weird. I can't really comprehend how is he shading exactly. Like I've even seen him like doing this exactly, you know what I mean? Like I've seen him coloring. I've got his tutorial bought out, his course, right? But I still kind of find it difficult. On one hand, okay, I'm not like copycat to such extent, but it still kind of bothers me because I really want to achieve that style, you know what I mean? Like, I still want to do it. It still seems okay. Um, man. I guess one of the things is that I need to establish the light source. And like I thought that light source could go like this, you know? That's what I've been thinking about. Right, we want to make the light actually hit things properly. There, underneath Davis's eyes. This, and this. You know, just like a typical, like your typical shading. I guess we can try to do it a bit crazier. I'm sorry about that. You know, I like thick lines. I have a specific shading detail face structure I like and want to learn, but not sure if the two are compatible. That's the thing, you know? Like, I've got the shading style and it's like something that bothers me because that shading style doesn't really fit well with that. That's like, you know, method to just try things. Hi Snyder, good to be here. How are you? Hope how's going? I don't add people randomly to Discord. Sorry. But thank you, thank you. But yeah, Zaga, yeah, that's the thing. It's just something that we kind of have to figure out ourselves. That's why, that's why it's so problematic of sorts, you know? If you're on Discord, yep, thank you. There's the Discord server. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure out stuff regarding this style and shading. I guess shading is just something that now I need to work on. But the thing is that sometimes I'm doing really nice shading, you know? Like for example, the one on the piece for Marine. Yeah, the piece for Hosho Marine. That's one of the, you know, works that I've done that I'm really proud of shading for the character. And just generally. But the thing that bothers me mostly is actually the shading of my items. The items are something that kind of bothers me because I can't really... For some reason I can't get it right. I just can't. It's, you know, it's just weird, I suppose. Can't really get Davis like that. Can I share graphic image on 18 plus section? Not sexual, but it involves my persona being ripped apart along the lines of Saturn devouring his son. I mean, if you are throwing it on 18 plus, sure. Like anything goes, you know. Hmm. Did you see your plushy sketch? Oh no. I might have missed that. Um, Let me quickly check. Hey, I love it. I love it. It's actually really cool. It will learn some basic perspective for the claw machine. It's alright, you know, but basic perspective is basic perspective. It's not really that difficult. Like another thing I've noticed that my shadows are usually reddish. For example, Reno is doing things like brownish, blackish when it comes to the shadows. I think I want to keep those reddish shadows. Not sure how it goes though. If it looks good or not. Mamma mia. Okay, so we have hey, hello. So, yeah, we want to do a claw machine game? Can't be that difficult, am I right? Isn't there that website where you can control a claw machine remotely? Yeah, there is. There are a lot of them, yeah. And unironically, people were getting those items sent to them. Those weird Chinese gambling sites. There are Japanese gambling sites too. The Japanese ones usually are taking people for with like some anime wife figurines and shit. Okay. I don't like that view. Because it kind of makes Davis's head not in the shape that I want it to be. That's something that I hate about myself too. I can't get the same kind of like head or face twice, you know what I mean? Like every single time, something is just slightly off. Even though I follow the guidelines, I follow the character exactly, there's just this one small difference, you know what I mean? Something always seems a little bit off, and if I correct that, something else starts to seem a bit off. Like, okay, I kinda get things similar at this point. It takes me way too long. I always get the same even if I don't want to. Oh my. The same shapes with same proportions, though some variations can be done after. But for me, it's like I'm trying to do the same shapes and the same lines, but you know, everything goes down. I have to relearn drawing anyways because my lines are Oh my. Mm. My persona being bald makes it harder to paint certain angles without looking dumb. Oh my. You know what seems off mostly? That chin. It feels like it should be like different. It feels like it should be like this, slightly longer and lower instead of like that. At least like this, you know? Yeah, and that feels a bit more Davis-like, because Davis's chin is like slightly bigger, right? Like he has a bit lower mandibles, lower jaw. Very pointy too. Yeah, it was making it very pointy too. There, and that looks more Davis-like. I mean the chin, not the jaw. Yeah. That, yeah. It was making the chin pointier too. Maybe good idea to make Devi reference sheet and use it as a reference. Might be, you know, might be. Well, another idea, right? Another idea to draw. Well, I want to make a new Davis model, so I'll need it sooner or later, so I guess. Oh my god. What you mean? I was looking at a style, yeah. That I like it and want to kind of try to copy it, yeah. That is a really good thing to do though, because it means that you are finding things that you can push your style with, because later on it's going, like, you'll want some changes. What was the style though? Make Davis look like a K-pop otome webtoon male love interest lol. Think Muta did some already? I guess? If I remember correctly, there was something going on with that, though. She nailed it too. I want some changes but like the vibe, but realize something I haven't realized despite looking at these pictures multiple times. It was AI? Oh, wow. But without those over detailed stuff and smooth shades. It's a nice style. And what did you realize? It's AI? Okay. So I've I was shooting and I shoot well. Oh my. It doesn't look that AI though. Someone had to do some trickery to it. I know why I thought it's not AI. Because it's not. Because I checked the Patreon page and seen drawing process there, like finished sketch, flats, finished drawing. Not getting the lie AI garbage is starting to become really hard to spot at a glance. The only thing is that AI doesn't know shit about clothing folds. Got the freaking balls on the clothes of the left and center girl. Yeah, I see it. So how the cloth is folded, non-folded in a weird way over the boobs. Also WTF the thumb of the middle girl. Oh my. There's had to be something. I think it's one of those cases where someone was drawing and asked AI to like color things. You know? So like that person is drawing, but for example they are too lazy for this project to actually finish all the characters and stuff. So what they do is making sketches and then asking it to color. Like in theory, I could do that and colorize all. Okay. Wrong computer. And like this is a multiply layer, so it's like F-tab. Hi Keltro, got Evie here, how are you? Hoping it has gone? That's why you see that, for example, this doesn't make any sense. I can do a shading assist, by the way. E. Good, how are you? Doing good, doing good. I mean, what I said second is like just the little colors and draw over some BS construction and like it's your sketch. Yeah, true. And yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. I should. This is bullshit though. Also, I think it's because it's looking at some of the shadows I've already did, yeah. But if I could merge it somehow. Can I like... Yeah, I can. Okay. I'm just going to figure that shit out for my own sake. I'm going to use that as a reference, I suppose. Alright. Yeah, that actually looks good. Okay. I wonder if I could, for example, make also some nice shadings here for the rest of the things. On it. I think this tool is actually used by I feel like this tool is actually used by how are these called? For the webtoons. It feels like it creates those typical for webtoons shadows, you know what I mean? There's a Twitter quote-unquote artist that recently got exposed for being AI. They would fake speed paints and progress pictures tracing AI and other things. Feels bad for the people who paid more than $100 for garbage. Yeah. That's true. That is true. Like, let's be real, even though I don't feel like doing much, even though I'm dropping the skills that I'm using for the NSFW artworks, I'm still doing them by hand. So it's like it's actually one of those things where it's just to have honor not to use AI at this point for these. Yeah, see, that's what. Yeah, I think I seen it too. Yeah. Also, yeah, that's what I've told you about this Zaga. So they are using the something to fill out for the coloring because it kind of feels like it. Because otherwise, it's not typical for AI style. You know what I mean? There had to be something going on that they've managed to pull this stuff off, and that's what I thought. They are just using AI to fill in with colors over green AI stuff and chroma keyed out the AI from under it, and the color will look funny. Yeah, yeah. Like, you know, people think that they can just fake speed paints, but then an actual artist sits down, look at it, and like, what? Oh, it was a vegan artist. Yeah. And they were terminated from vegan, as far as I remember, because actually it is against vegan policies to sell AI artworks. Yep. Yeah. Because vegan is for artists, not AI smart. So like, you know, as long as you're an artist and you're drawing things yourself. Although I've noticed, you know, as I've got some, you know, I've got some commissions, right? And basically, I've noticed one thing: more and more people are writing to me what they want, as if they're writing this stuff freaking AI. And like the guy literally wrote to me about like creating a girl named like that. You know, like it was just copy and paste from AI. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? What is that character? Little Buru tags? Huh? They probably tried to get the image from AI before, but AI failed to draw it. Yeah, I think it was it. And it turned out that the character they wanted me to do was their quote-unquote character, and the reference I've got from them was AI. So like, you know, that's the thing. But they were surprisingly really happy with what they've got. And ironically, more and more people are starting to commission me, and they are looking for more and more stuff. Some are trying to ask for some AI stuff, but it's just, I mean, ask for AI stuff. They, some of them are writing normally, some of them are writing as for AI. I think this might be what you are mentioning, Zega. Like they've made, for example, a character and tried to get something cool from, I mean, something cool. You know, something fitting to what they are commissioning me for, and didn't really receive what they wanted, so they went to an actual artist and asked for help. And all they could offer in, like, you know, after being asked what they want is just a freaking AI prompt. Some people, I feel like some people are just brain rotten because of that. Also realized that those featureless DOS I can do would be perfect for YCH templates. Yeah, they would actually. They genuinely would. And ironically, I was thinking about doing some YCHs myself, but I don't don't feel like that's the thing I want to go for. Wondering if it would help to learn drawing faces to just take a bunch of faces images and try to draw their faces. Yes, it would. It's one of the ways to draw that, to learn. Also, today at work was just bad. My boss confirms more and more each day how moronic he is. At around 8:30, we've had a cutout from power because apparently there was some announced, you know, power outage, right? Because they were supposed to fix stuff, and my boss is not checking when there are power outages, planned out power outages, and we were sitting there. My boss sent me to the side office. I had no idea what is going on in the actual office. And basically, my coworker came in and she said like, "Oh yeah, the boss is like dipped to his home." And I'm looking at her like, "What do you mean?" "Yeah, he just go. We are just sitting here alone." So I came back to the office because also the laptop I was working on discharged, right? Like went out of battery. So I had to charge it. And like, you know, like I'm asking what the fuck, right? And they were like, "Oh yeah, the boss just left because he couldn't work on this, because they've used some power generator, but the power generator is not like actual power generator that gives power to the building. It's the power generator that you have to plug splitter to, and then we could like take that splitter to us, which sucks. And it just didn't do anything for us because, you know, power, internet and stuff. And you know, we were sitting there and here's this: we were sitting there until 1 hour to the end of our shift. So everyone came back home and it was end of the shift. We couldn't even work. Nothing was done. And he made us sit there for the entire shift. I had no idea what he was expecting from us. And like, you know, I'm writing to him, "Dude, like, the power is not here. Right? Like, I can't do anything." He actually had audacity to even ask me if I've done anything with the clients, and like, on what? No internet, no power, laptop that I have to charge every 2 hours. Like, what you wanted me to do? And even when the internet was up, it wasn't really working well. It was just dying. I couldn't even log on to my freaking email. Nothing was done. Every face I drew, lol, that sounds like stuff that happened at school. Yeah, kinda. I was just sitting and drawing because like I had literally nothing to work on. I couldn't use my phone because for some reason I couldn't. My phone was just useless at that point because I couldn't use internet. I think also when they were working on those lines, something happened to the internet tower. But yeah, every face I drew this far was like I took some anime character and tried to copy it, even if the drawing was totally different character. It's going to be like that. I'm sure that if you try to compare Davis's face from here, you will find resemblance to another anime character. It's just going to be like that. I guess it's just nothing you can do. You know? So I've just wasted time. I just wasted time. Um, I guess it's like, you know, trying to mix and match eyes and stuff. Like eyes, mouths, different kinds of noses. Like you can, I guess you can create like a library of those in your head, and whenever you're making a new character, you can just pin in what seems to work for you, for that specific character. Like for example, I have my characters, and each of them has like very specific way how they are portrayed, right? They remind me of that video, don't know if it's a skit where the manager gathers all the employees and forces them to sit for like 8 minutes of his singing before their shift at Walmart. Yeah, that's the thing. I guess you won't really do much, right? You just won't really do much regarding. Okay, I like this shading actually. I genuinely like this shading. That's a nice one. Gee, I would kill for a cup of coffee right now. Yeah, I have to say, like, the thing about... Huh. About training phases, you want to make some kind of plane. It can also be just a ball, you know? So on the interesting video, they added a different color outline where the shadow and light of the skin meet. Yeah, I've seen something similar too. Not really my style, you know? Not really my style. But I was wondering, I was experimenting with that, as a matter of fact. I was genuinely experimenting with this because I was wondering if that might maybe be something I want to do. It a few times, it always look off. There's a method for it. Probably overdid it, might be. That's also a thing. Like, for example, I want to color the inner lines, right? So I'm... What? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Wait. God damn it. There. Let's say I want to do some coloring of the outline inside of Davis's lines, right? So you just want to do some smaller lines that are not going to affect anything. Kind of like this. I recommend taking your line art, making over it a layer with clipping to the layer below, and then just paint on top of it. Yeah. But worry not. It's not like, oh, I overdid it or anything like that. It's just, you know. It might just not fit into your style. There we go. What was that about last time? Someone got hacked? Huh? You mean? Oh, when I said effing bots? Yeah. And the Discord messages? Yeah, yeah, it was either someone hacked or they are making those kind of attacks where they are sending a bot. It waits a little because the guy wasn't really... I mean, I guess you can say that the person was kind of active, I suppose. Or maybe not, I don't remember now exactly by name. But yeah, sometimes they're doing it that they are sending a bot that waits for a little. Also crazy that they found a severity 10 CVE vulnerability in React and Next.js. Yeah. Oh, things, you know, happened this week. Actually, this year, entire year was so bad. I preferred 2020. You know, just staying at home, not caring. I could start my channel back then. And actually use 100 IQ. Google Cloud spammed me with mails about them shutting down stuff despite all of our servers being Kestrel, not Next.js. That's even worse. It reminded me that you automatically entered into Gmail AI. Yeah. In the flight protocol, you can send them not malformed but tricked out JSON files, which cause pre-login remote code execution. Bro. Oh hell no. Use the whole server written in JavaScript where the functions are objects in the same way as the JSON. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. This effed up sanitizing the serialization of data. Why do people even look for that? They found it by accident. Oh. But now everyone in the world actually knows about it. It is very simple too. Oh. Ah. What can you do? What can you do? It's just how it is, I guess. Oh my. And we are 1 hour in. Ouch, my back. It still hurts. Okay. We're 1 hour in. Win 10 users. Yeah, imagine. Hmm. Why? It's ill. Hmm. Is it as long as it works and my antivirus has updates for it? I'm only using Windows Defender right now, so I might actually need to sit down on weekend and reinstall the Windows. More like I will use it. Yay. Want to sit out the Win 11 BS? Wait, wasn't Windows 11 having that thing like, oh hey, here we've added AI just for you, you can code and stuff. And Windows 11 like actually obliterated someone's hard drive? And it just said, oh, sorry, it seems like I've deleted all files from your hard drive. It's not the Windows, it was some command line dev tool. Oh. Yo, actually that reminds me, there are a couple anime that I really liked. And I'm really hoping that when I'm going to Google their names that are going to have follow-ups on the story. Because I really like the story, like Cabaneri for example. Has been trying to lock down the OS again. I hope they fail just like their Windows Store. And Fortress goes hard, yeah. Or Oarino Seraph. I'm actually wondering, because I know it had some more seasons, but I'm wondering how it went. Kinda same with Vatsal World. I want to get around with it too. I don't think I've ever finished this anime. The vampire one, yeah? The vampire one, Oarino Seraph. It seemed cool, but I'm scared that it's going to be Tokyo Ghoul level. I don't remember much, but like, you know, like, good idea, but trying too hard to be edgy and effing up everything. It did look cool. I watched season 1 in middle school. Kinda same, actually. Kinda same. I watched it in gymnasium. It was a really cool thing to watch. I really like the story. Also, Cabaneri was like one of the craziest things I've seen. The guy like figures out on his own that the virus turns you into the zombie only if it reaches your brain. So he like literally did some self-strangulation and didn't turn into a zombie, but he turned into something like a freaking hybrid. I love that scene, yeah. I guess the guy was like into self asphyxiation. okay. It's so good, Snowpiercer and zombies. What else can you ask for? Yeah, exactly. Also, I kinda like the fact that Demon Slayer is so close to the actual like history, because the Demon Slayer is taking part in times where there were still samurais, but it was like at the end of the samurai era, you know? So basically they are really close to inventing freaking cell phones. And like they have already had the trains, right? So I'm now just kind of hoping that, you know, I'll be able to munch through One Piece and quickly get back to watching longer anime, like shorter anime, season by season. Because then I'm just going to wait through end of One Piece and I'm going to just continue it. Right? So I'm going to end it almost at the end of the arc that is happening right now, probably. But I suspect that I'm going to finish the entire anime faster than... I'm going to finish the entire anime exactly when the actual thing is going to be done. I believe, if I remember correctly, they are really close because... that's actually something interesting, because what you have that like One Piece world, right? And you have freaking, it's a cross with a circle in the middle. The circle is hollowed and there's a cross in it, and there's you know, so like the cross in the circle, and I believe it's literally in that point, like the One Piece is literally in the center of that entire world, and everyone is just swimming around everything, and but it's all there. The last season anime I watched was Water Magician. I really like it. The MC was OP, but it felt nice. Maybe because he didn't go full on edgy incel. Probably, you know? Yeah. You never know. But the thing is that, for example, you have a lot of... with One Piece, why I feel that I would be able to quickly munch through One Piece. One, because of my tactic. Two, because actually now as I'm doing Thriller Bark, I'm not going to have that long arc. So it's about the Archipelago, Amazon Lily. Impel Down, Marineford, Post-War, and that's it. And I'm like halfway through the anime. 516 episodes. And I'm going to be done at 381. I'm now at 357. So I'm already more than halfway through this arc, and I'm hoping to watch a little bit more. Recently I've been like trying to watch a little bit to bed, so like before I fall asleep I'm turning it on and watching some episodes bit by bit, so I could finally finish it. I want to watch Dan second season because it's already done. I'll do that, and I'm going to start watching Sabao the Archipelago. And after that I'm going to watch Code Geass Hangakyo no Liluch Arc 2. Because I'm going to be done with Code Geass then. I'm going to watch Amazon Lily, which is very short by the way. And then I'm going to watch Dungeon Meshi. and then I'm going to watch another arc from One Piece, and I'm going to start getting into So no Frieren. Yeah, I have to say, like, what you've described, right? Like going for a full-on edgy incel just because you're overpowered. It's literally what I think that happened with freaking Eren from Attack on Titan, and Kaneki-kan from Tokyo Ghoul. That's why I don't like Tokyo Ghoul, because the main hero is like a crybaby, then something happens and he's like full on edgy beach. It's really funny when you think about it. Code GS is really funny when you think about it. Yeah, the guy just happens to find himself in some kind of thing in a world where apparently he is one of the guys that's supposed to be allowed for the throne, but he says nah, screw that, and he skedaddles. So yeah. It's kind of ironic if you think about it. Have you seen the compilations of where he Freudian sleeps? No, not yet. I don't watch much like anime related YouTube videos. Recently I've started getting once again the anime related videos, actually, not that long ago. This whole time it was like kinda different, you know? He almost outs himself multiple times. Oh yeah, that's like visible. He almost outed himself like so many times in first season. It's just sad to watch at some points. Hmm. Isn't it like to watch old poorly rated 2000s anime? The plots are interesting as hell but poorly executed. Yeah, like High School DxD for example. The guy gets killed by a fallen angel. His friend from the class room turns... his friend from the school turns out... well, friend. The girl that he adores from the school turns out to be actually a demon who he summoned by an accident, and she turns him into one of her pawns, and basically he gets introduced into the entire world of demons, where actually demon families are playing something like chess, but with actual people. And basically he apparently has a power to kill a god, so that's why the fallen angels were trying to kill him. So like, you know, there's more to that too, because it's not like he's, you know, just some schmuck or anything like that. Like, first of all, they are trying to get him to get used to the demon life, right? So like he's trying to really understand how his new life is working and stuff. Then he trains a lot, yada yada yada. But the anime itself was poorly executed. Not only anime itself, like the story itself was poorly executed. The guy went just for some fan service, and that was it. Even though he crafted one of the things that could potentially be one of the best animes actually made, he straight up went in and decided to pull off a freaking fan service anime that High School DxD actually is. And unironically, I have an idea for a project to rewrite it and redo the manga of it and release it like a webtoon. But the thing is that I have also my manga that I want to release like ASAP, right? So I'm now focusing on that, but it kind of lingers in the back of my head. The start of the new season put me off. I love the greedy look at the first few episodes, especially the episode where they save the blonde priestess. Yeah. That one was already cool, but they've made it like way too much like shoujo kind of thing, you know, like one of those typical shoujo anime. But what can you expect? Like, they're just getting whatever they were getting. When is the next High School DxD anime season? List. Yeah, so basically there's no actual release in High School for High School DxD season 5. And there are like people thinking that it might be 2026 or later. There's no official confirmation or anything about that. But now it's like very difficult element in High School DxD story. Yeah, there are some, like, you know, uh, there are some epic moments still. Like, for example, when the guy just sends Asha into like some, you know, some space, a void or something, and Issei just loses it because the guy thinks that he can literally just send someone, just, you know, obliterate someone, but apparently he was sending them into the void. Hi Muto, got over here, how are you? Hoping how's it going? And hello to you, Karin. Oh my. Alright. Hmm. Okay. Meow. Did you see the plushie? Not yet. Moo. Moo. I like the chill sessions that we have. Just like that. Nice to talk about the anime. Especially, you know, like, I'm trying to really get back to it. It's difficult to really get around and watch episodes, you know? I don't know why. But I'm also procrastinating a lot lately, so I need to... Are cute, I really like them. Oh. It's been an interesting morning. Oh? Why so? I'm back on meds. I see. The teacher is trying to add as much work as possible before school ends. Oh. See. Okay. Um. You know what? I animated a duck. Oh, that's a nice thing. That's a really good exercise. Animating things like a duck. That's a really good one. Especially that you were animating a duck and not like the bouncy ball. Wah. 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 Pop Nemo. I really like this song. This guy really done a good job on this one. And I think this still really helped me with making the light source. Is that cheating? Considering that I can't imagine. Is there such a thing as cheating? I wouldn't say so, but a lot of people are saying, oh, that's cheating and something, something, something. You know? But I wouldn't say like there's anything like cheating. You can also say that it's like, you know, making a construction is a cheating because you're like planning out how the character should be posed and stuff, and you're not just diving head first into the drawing without really knowing anything. You know? Using computer for drawing is cheating. True. Yeah, PCs can do much more, can they? And it's just, you know, cheaper in total. Damn. Okay. I think I finished coloring Davis. Okay. Yeah, I think we finished coloring Davis. Is this so someone uses the liquify tool for animating in betweens? Now I want to try all. That might actually be a really good idea for using it, yeah. It seems like a really great idea for it. In betweens are usually pain in the ass. But yeah. So we finished coloring Davis, and I think on the next stream we're going to finish everything else. Because like... we can delete this, but I'm going to now... shading assist. Oh wait, right here. Or like this. Shading assist. Yeah. Yeah. And just, you know. To be fair, I'm going to keep it like this. Just throw it in here. I'll never understand how Clip Studio is working. But yeah, I guess I'm just going to try to leave it like that, because that is making much more sense for that. Okay. And we are just going to, you know, figure our stuff out. Right? Shade everything else in here. And yeah. It'll be it. I was kind of thinking about doing some more coloring, but I'm running low. That one day was like, this day was just, you know, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I guess I would feel much better if I would actually be allowed to do something instead of just sitting, you know, on my iPad and drawing because the boss wasn't around. But, you know, because I just couldn't do much, yeah. So, thanks Zaga, thanks Snyder, thanks Karian and Muto for being active chat on Twitch, thanks Dad and Cultural for being active chat on YouTube. Meanwhile, folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care.